Hey everyone, today we're gonna test out this Surly ice cream truck. This is the first version, so it's a 2016. I picked it up yesterday for 470 bucks, which is a great deal. It did have some issues, so front tire was flat, not a big deal. I replaced the tube in there. The other thing is it had some of the early SRAM guides that had sticky levers. I don't think SRAM's going to warranty them since I'm not the original owner, so I threw on some old mechanical disc brakes that I had from a muckluck that I had upgraded. It also has this sweet saddle. We'll see how that feels, but yeah, I'm excited to just test it out. I've heard these are pretty fun. I know I just did a video on why if you have a fat bike, you should have a plus wheel set for the summer. But there's something so fun about just these big, fully fat tires and a rigid bike. It just feels like you can just go over anything. You kind of can, but it gives you that feeling you probably had as a kid riding around the neighborhood. You'd go off a curb and be like, that was awesome. So far though, I'm definitely feeling this. These are 100mm rims, 100 millimeters wide, and 4.8-inch tires. So these are big. Should we ride through the creek? Yeah, I think we should. All right, this is where this trail becomes a creek bed. Let's see how this does on it. Oh, it's dry. Last time I was up here, it was super wet. Oh, I made it. Okay, so there's more up here. There's a creek that comes down right there. Oh, see, this part's wet. This is where a fat and a plus bike really shines. Yes, this is actually the trail. I'm not off trail. Trail goes on like this for another quarter of a mile maybe. This is, don't let this fool you, it's just goes around that tree and then drops back in. But that's all the time I have today to go up this canyon, but give me a pretty good impression of how this thing rides like a fat bike, just a little bit heavier of one. So let's see how it does on the downhill. Bit of bounce. Might have a little too much pressure. Oh, shoot. Okay. Guides to cable brakes? That's got to be terrible. You're right. Definitely not the stopping power I would hope for. Slows me down though. What's limiting me right now is the lack of suspension. I could go faster if I had a suspension clip on. This wasn't a super long ride, but it gave me a great idea of how the ice cream truck handles. I know this is the first generation, so the second one probably handles a little bit different. I know it's a little bit slacker and the reach is a little bit longer, things like that. But overall, I'd say this is a super fun bike. I haven't ridden a full fat rigid bike since this winter, and I think the last time was on snow, so it has been a while since I've ridden something like this on dirt. But it was incredibly fun, and it reminded me of why I rode a bike like this for an entire season. This bike did awesome in the really rocky creek bed, and it was super playful. I was actually really surprised how easy it was to maneuver and pop the front end up. I'm a little torn on what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna keep this or keep my framed wolf tracks. They're on very different ends of the spectrum. One's carbon, one's steel. One has 4-inch tires on carbon wheels. This one has 4.8-inch tires on 100mm wide rims. So it really comes down to what geometry I like the most and what fits my use case better. But I have to admit, I am kind of leaning towards keeping the ice cream truck and selling the framed, but we'll see. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to like it, and then go check out some of my other videos. I have some about my framed wolf tracks that I mentioned. I have some other videos on my salsa spearfish and other kinds of rides that I like to do. Also be sure to subscribe and check me out on Instagram at rideyearround, and I'll see you guys next time.